Welcome back to Cobble Chaos, and I'll tell you what, there's nothing better than the feeling of walking in your shop and seeing a car that is in primer and getting closer to being done. So I'm still kind of basking in the glory of that. And that's what I like about this. Doing these hot rods and stuff, or I build Jeeps and everything too, but it's like when you cross those milestones and you complete something that you worked on and stuff, and I think this is like the only hobby I've really had that's been rewarding enough that I've done it for pretty much my lifetime, and I don't know, I raced motocross, I did all kinds of different stuff, but the cars and the just the builds and everything, it's just like every day you learn something new, it's a new challenge, and it's always rewarding. So yeah, you got your downtime and you got your why do I do this, but eventually when you pull through, that's all worth it. So anyway, I don't know what I'm doing today, but I'm going to get this car unmasked and put the wheels on it and get it out in the sun so it can bake. Yeah, there's not too much to unmask, just pull off some of the paper and stuff, but I want to get all this tape off of here. I probably should have done it yesterday, but I was on a mission to get some parts for the 56, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. But yeah, before this tape and everything becomes part of the car with all this primer drying and it gets stiff, and yeah, this tape sticks on here, especially baking in the sun. Good luck getting it off. So I'm going to get all that ripped off and get some tires back on this thing, and we'll roll her outside. That is what I'm talking about. I could just leave this thing primer. So I don't know, it kind of fits the old wheels and everything, but yeah, and the chrome actually now, even with this little bit of gray, it's starting to stand out. And I mean, it's not shiny, but it isn't exactly dull. So yellow dash must go. But yeah, so seeing it on the tires and everything, it's like, I think the gunmetal gray, I don't know, I like it. I think a little bit darker would make that chrome pop just a little bit more, make a little bit of that accent stand out. So but yeah, it's ready to go outside. One thing I've learned doing all this is you got to go with the flow. And I came out here with every intent to shove this out and work on something different. But it's kind of inspiring me today. So I think and every step I make is closer to the end result. So when you're in the groove and you're feeling it, you may as well go with it. So I think I'm going to get this trunk. I'm going to get all this yellow out of here because it's just driving me nuts. Get all this stuff prepped so it's ready to go whenever I get to that point. Maybe start stripping the dash out, getting that prepped and everything. I can do a lot of the interior stuff, and I still got the doors, the hood, and all that needs stripped, and body work and everything. So I don't know. For now, for this afternoon, I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's get going and get this yellow nastiness out of this car once and for all. So a while back, I already did this whole trunk floor and everything, but I never really ground my welds or finished any of that. So I can get all that done. All this yellow, all this needs to be prepped and everything. So I'll just take my DA and kind of feather all that stuff and everything and get the rusty stuff stripped off. It's kind of an easy day of doing stuff. Yeah, this side where I welded in the quarter, that can all get prepped. I already did prep the bottom half of this panel, so that's good. But just get all this yellow out of here. And then yeah, this quarter for this side, hopefully we'll get here soon, but there's going to be, it's going to end up getting cut off here, which my floor that's welded in there is going to have to get detached. So yeah, we got a little bit, actually that won't bother it because it's on a lip down below. There's actually a seam right there. So those welds are on a different piece. So yeah, so that's good. I don't got to cut any of that free. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to get this yellow out of here right now. Well, the trunk is now stripped of the yellow, and well, except for the panel that's getting replaced eventually. But yeah, so now I'm gonna grind up all my little spot welds from doing this pan, and I'll probably go ahead and seam seal around all these fenders and anywhere it needs seam sealer. But yeah, I sanded, got all this cleaned up, and even up under all this all the way around, it was all rusty. I don't think it ever gotten any kind of paint or anything in that. So got all that addressed. So yeah, I'm gonna try and button up this trunk area tonight, and then this will pretty much be ready for bed liner. I don't know. I'm not gonna probably do that yet until I'm done like blocking and sanding everything, because all that dust gets down in all the pores of the liner, and it's about impossible to get out. I just want, when this is done, to be nice and clean. So, but yeah. Anyway, on to grinding these welds and getting this thing prepped. Alrighty, so I got everything pretty well ground, and I just kind of went through and feathered out with the DA and stuff. I'm still gonna have to mess with this before I bedline, but right now I'm gonna leave it kind of sealed up. But I will just blow a little bit of etch primer or something on here just to kind of cover up the bare metal. But yeah, fender wells are all cleaned up and everything. Welds are all ground, and yeah, so I'm gonna move on. It's kind of dusty in here, so let me show you a little something else I got that's a little off the beaten path of this lemans. So here's the old 56. There's my mock-up rear end, and I've been thinking, and back in the day somewhere I heard, it was like in the old kind of NASCAR, and I don't know, probably the late 60s, early 70s and stuff. They used to do a little trick on these cars, and I looked all over trying to find it, but I can't. But I know that they handle well and worked very well back in the day. But anyway, I picked up, this is a whatever 60 to 66 Chevy pickup trailer, and this has the old trailing arms on it. And I've heard of guys in the race car world using these, and I guess they work really well, and they do. I mean, I had a 60 short bed pickup, and that thing handled like it was on rails, and you have no spring wrap. It will fit with my narrower housing that I'm going to use, so that'll work. The cross member is still in it, that I think is pretty close to the same width of the car, so I can either use that or parts of it or something. I don't know. But I'm going to gut this probably tomorrow and just get all this pulled out and find out if it'll work. But I want to keep this car. It's not going to be a gasser. I'm kind of going more racy. I don't know, just a mean car. So it's probably going to look kind of like a gasser, but I'm going to go with some old school tricks on it and stuff, and just keep this kind of an old vibe. And I think with those trailing arms and stuff, it'll be kind of an old Survivor. So that's a little off subject while I'm working on this lemans, but yeah, we're getting pretty close on this thing. So that's, yeah. God, it's getting dark out way earlier than it used to. So anyway, I'm going to get back on this lemans. I think I'm going to put a little primer on there. I might just rattle can a little black on it or something just to seal it up, because it's going to be a while. When I bedline this will be like probably one stage before paint or one stage after paint. So it's going to sit a while. I just want to get all this prepped out, and I did. So I'm going to get it sealed up. And I don't know what's next, but let's get her done anyway. Alrighty, so I just dusted a quick little dusting of self-etching primer on there. I'm just going to rattle can it real light with some black just to kind of blend it in, seal it up and everything. And like I say, when I go to do the bed liner off to prep this kind of again, yeah, I'm doing it twice, but I want to get the yellow out of there just to make me feel better. And I don't know, I'm glad I did. So I'll do this twice, don't matter. So here we go. And there you have it. She's all blacked out now, and it'll be good because I can probably seam seal this tomorrow, and at least it's gotten a little black that's, you know, gotten down in all the pores and cracks and crevices, and gives it just an extra little coat. But yeah, I'll get it seam sealed, and then it'll be bed lined. So there's like triple coats of stuff over the metal, which will be good. And again, the bulk of this will probably get mostly sanded out. It's real thin. This E-coat that's on these floor pans, that's thin. But when I prep for the bed liner, yeah, most of that'll come off. But what gets down in all the little nooks and crannies, it'll be a good thing. So anyway, that is all done. Well, I really didn't plan on working on this car, but when I came out and saw it in the primer and stuff, and then I got the wheels on it and everything, it kind of inspired me. So yeah, I pretty much spent the afternoon just getting this trunk prepped and everything. It's another little thing to cross off the list. I wish I could have got to the dash, but hey, that's another day. So but anyway, that will be the last of the yellow, so hopefully I can knock that out. I don't know if I'll work on it tomorrow or not. I'd like to get this trailer gutted so I can get all the pieces I'm not using hauled off to scrap. And it isn't sitting in the yard with the rest of my junk. So I'm trying to make a scrap run before the snow flies. But anyway, yeah, another good day. We got a bit more done and we're getting closer. So I don't know. We'll see what tomorrow brings. So thanks for watching and we'll see you later.